You got pretty well known for your very distinctive kind of style of casting. Can you tell me a little bit about that and like how did you kind of develop your casting style?
Because it's a crutch.
Oh, okay.
Um, because casting the game, casting any game, but casting Brawlhalla, right? The easiest thing I think anyone can do when they're doing it, and this is what I did, because keep in mind, right? I was never more than a plat player, right? I
Sure.
still have never been diamond in 8 years of the game. I just play the game a lot and I
Mm,
streamed a lot. So I talked a lot about what I was doing in the game while I was streaming. And
right.
that was kind of a lot of the basis for it because I wouldn't do like a play by play while I was streaming. I would still engage the chat, but that kind of um, calling out what I was doing as I was doing it and acknowledging and like calling out just like what the opponent was doing kind of set the basis for that. And
Hmm.
so that led to very like talk fast, be excited, and say things confidently. And while I was doing it, like I was pretty good at calling out. We had fewer legends, way easier back then when you had like 20 legends,
Yeah.
right? um, but it was a lot of that, right? And I look back at it now, and I'm like, if you brought the peak toast from 2017 2018 toast casting and put him into 2023, people would be like, who is this guy? Get him off the mic. And it's true. Like I think I didn't really have the game knowledge in order to do the storytelling part, which I think is the part that makes commentary actually interesting, right?
Sure.
Anyone can look and say down air, side air, signature, signature, down air, side air, expedit, right? Like all of these things, and they can say them fast into this play by
Hmm.
play thing. But taking it to the next step of like, what's the point? Why are you saying those things? Why
Sure.
is that relevant, right? Um, is something that I don't think I ever actually did well, and I think is a really hard skill to do. I think people just like me because people are attracted to high energy because people feed off of high like viewership. If someone is genuinely excited, they're gonna feel that and they're gonna absorb that, right?
Right.
And I think people criticize things less if they're looking at something where it is projecting confidence, right? And I think in those two things were the things that allowed me to, at the time, kind of establish myself as someone who was doing commentary. Just that I could talk fast and talk confidently, and I was genuinely excited. That's one of the benefits. I'm bad at the game. I'm still bad at the game. So when I see, and back then when I saw pro players do these things where I was like, how the hell did they do that?
Yeah.
Like it's genuine, like, oh shit, that's dope. Like that's really, really cool.
Right.
And so that carries through, and I think that was a lot of it.
I think it's I think it's really kind of a testament to how far kind of the landscape of casting in Brawlhalla in particular has come since the beginning. Because now we really do have these sort of like different levels of casters where you have good color casting, you have good storytelling. Like this stuff didn't exist really kind of in Brawlhalla back in 2017, 2018. And it's way better now than it used to be. And watching streams and having all of these stories kind of unfold as like a tournament progresses and you can see the casters that know all of these players and have watched them play for a long time be able to kind of talk about the things that they've done leading up to this event and like what it means for them to have the different levels of performance that each player has. Like it is something that's kind of evolved over the years kind of in Brawlhalla